Thank you. Hello, 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 whoever that is. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy wonderful Wednesday. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. This is hump day. I hope you've been having a wonderful week. What are you guys up to? Let's get this work in so we can get it done, okay? We got the heavy part with over earlier in the day. So it's time for our talk, right? Over here where we walk and talk in Lions Pride. Lions Pride Walk and Talk, the original in this neighborhood. In this YouTube neighborhood. You know we got YouTube streets, byways, highways, freeways, all kinds of ways. So what y'all do on this Wednesday at work? For those of you who didn't go to work, if you did go to work, how was your day? How was your work day? All right. You're almost done if you're not done. Some of you are done. And if you're not done, those who aren't done, you got what, like an hour or two left to get this day shift over and get home and start your evening at home. Get the food going if you didn't already this morning. How many of you guys are like disciplined enough to like cook your meals before work in the mornings? You work like 8 to 5, 9 to 5, 7 to 3, 6 to 2. If that's your shift, how many of you are disciplined enough to get up, not only get ready, but get your meat prepared? Like you take your meat down the night before, and most likely it's thawed and ready to cook. And you go ahead and you just knock out the evening meal for you and your family. How many of you guys are disciplined enough to do that? I know a lot of people that do that. I don't do that. I'll take it down, but it's waiting on us when we get there to cook it. But that does sound convenient. That does sound nice. Go ahead, take your meat out, take your meat down the night before, and get up early enough to cook it. And that way, when you get home, all you gotta do is heat it up. Some people don't like reheated food. Like their first serving of it, they want it fresh off the stove, fresh out of the oven. So I guess that wouldn't work for them. But y'all hear the birds? They're singing. They're singing. They're singing today. A couple of days ago, we had to wait on them. But before we got off the live, they were like singing their little butts off. Chirping, singing, having a good time. They sound happy. So that's a good thing. They sound happy and just free. Remember, listen to the free birds sing. Do you know why the free birds sing? Do you know why? Or do you have your own theory of why? Why? So we're moving as we do over here in Lions Pride. And what we do is we keep moving. We get started, okay? And we just keep moving. We keep moving. We get to that traffic. When we get to the traffic and it gets a little heavy, we just march, right? We just march. Maybe mute for a minute, y'all, because there's some music. Okay, I don't know. Maybe he decided, I guess he changed his mind. He got in his truck, he turned on the music, and all of a sudden the music was gone. So maybe he changed his mind. So it's not me, YouTube. You know, I try to mute in time, but sometimes you don't catch it in time. Sometimes you don't catch it in time. So happy Wednesday to you again. And before we get started, of course, professional, personalized disclaimer. Do not do anything you see me do or hear me say over here in Lions Pride if you do so at your own risk, right? We don't go heavy. All right, we're a shorts channel mostly. We go live every evening or most evenings out of the week, unless we get a little busy. We go live almost every evening and we walk and talk. And what we do is we drop nuggets, right? We drop nuggets that work for us. I drop nuggets that work for me. The chat drops nuggets that work for them. Hey, Shawanda. How you doing, Shawanda? And we just, we utilize those nuggets to the best of our abilities, or we share them with other people. That being said, you do so at your own risk, all right? Always do your research. Always research reputable sources, all right? I'm not going to say .gov anymore because our government over here in the United States has lost its damn mind, okay? They have lost their damn mind. So, who takes down Jackie Robinson? Who takes down Jackie Robinson? So if you're going to take down, if everything is going to be fair and equal, are you going to take down all the Caucasian males who have pictures up that did military service that were honored in some way? The hell out of here. These men are afraid, but they can stay afraid because what they're afraid of is definitely happening. They're becoming a minority and they are afraid. And in this time, they better have their fun because ain't no fun when the rabbit got the, y'all know what the rest is. And at some point, you're going to have to give up that authority. Sharonda says, hey, Lions Pride, and right, 100. Yes, Sharonda, yes. So don't do anything you hear me say or do. If you do, you do so at your own risk. I always, for 3 years, I've told you guys, contact, consult with, talk to, have discussions with, conversations, however you want to put it, with your primary health care provider. Be that your medical doctor, your general practitioner, your CRNP, your certified registered nurse practitioner, all right, your PA, your physician's assistant, your specialty doctor. There are a lot of specialty doctors, okay? Because there are so many things that people may, there are a lot of specialty doctors out there for a lot of reasons, right? You've had injuries in the past. Remember, your physical therapist and occupational therapist, they're part of your healthcare team too. Hey, Betty, welcome in Retirement Days, Comfort Foods and more. They're part of your healthcare team too. Look, your psychologist, your psychiatrist. Half of it is the diet. Your nutritionist, your dietitian, all right? Your fitness coach. If you go to the gym, your personal trainer, all right? Believe it or not, many, most personal trainers are licensed, certified, and have some type of registration, all right? One of the three. So include everyone. Any of those people I mentioned can be a part of your healthcare team. So always have open lines of communication with them, between you and them. Make sure that the lines of communication between them are open, because one may say it's okay for you to do something, and another one may say, hold on, pump the brakes, not so fast. Not that you won't be able to do it or you can't in the future, but not right now. So just leave those lines of communication open. Hey, Stefan, I came on early. Look, I got off a little bit early, so I came on early. If I stay on here a good hour, I can jump in the shower and we can go. We'll be ready to go at 8 o'clock. You come on. Thank you. We just march in place. Hey, Stefan, welcome into the chat. Shawanda, Betty, Retirement Days, Comfort Foods, and more. Yep, I'll be done about 6. Okay. And I can get ready. And about 8 o'clock, I'll go live. If I'm I might be like a little after 8, but I plan to be like 8 o'clock. I plan to be 8 o'clock. Because I was, again, what I was going to do is just like not do the walk and talk today. And just do that. But I got off like 2 hours early. And so I was like, I can still get my walk in. And guys, the most important part of this walking and talking is the walking. Okay? We don't say it just to be cute. or just to annoy people, to copycat. We say it because there are a lot of important reasons behind it. Okay? If you hear yourself struggling, don't worry about talking. A lot of people need to replay their lives or just listen to themselves real good. Don't worry about the talking. It'll come. Perfect the walking, and the talking will come. Don't be out here when it's freezing cold. Just like we shouldn't be out here when it's extremely hot either. Right? Right. Right? We got Stanley with us today. Okay, usually I have my water bottle, but I wanted cold water today. You know, it's best to drink room temp water, but I wanted cold water today. So we got Stanley. That's fine. Okay, Stefan. Gotcha. So we brought Stanley today. So Stanley is walking too. And Stanley ain't no lightweight, y'all, to be walking. He's not lightweight. So it doesn't matter what time of the year it is. Remember, stay hydrated, right? You don't need to get dehydrated any time of the year, whether it's summer, spring, winter, or fall. You need to make sure that you're getting plenty of fluids, okay? But of course, again, as with everything else I tell you guys, talk with your primary care provider if you have fluid restrictions, okay? Some people have fluid restrictions, hopefully not too bad. And especially in the summertime, you know, if you feel like, you know, if the doctor says drink this much and you feel like you want a little bit more, just run it by him. Run that by him and see if it's okay. All right? So you hear people, hydrate, drink your water. Listen, y'all know my background's gonna tell you, drink plenty of water, okay? If you can do so. The average person can. Generally speaking, we need plenty of water. Some people just go by gender and weight. They figure it out. Some people just go by the old standard, 6 to 8 glasses a day. 6 to 8 ounce glasses a day. 240 cc's. Okay? 240 cc's per glass. And some people go by their job. You know, if they work outside, especially in the summertime, they sweat a lot. Maybe they drink 10 cups a day. They work out a lot. Maybe their job is fine, they're inside, but they work out a lot. Maybe they drink 10 cups a day, okay? So there are a variety of reasons why we shouldn't just be telling people, oh, drink your water. Drink your water within reason, okay? Stay hydrated within reason. And you'll know if you can drink the 8, 10 cups because you what? You know your body, listen to your body, and your doctor, your healthcare team knows your situation. All right? They know your situation. And if you don't like water, just try, okay? Sometimes we do all these different things to kind of make ourselves do something, and sometimes they're working as good. So if you don't like water, add lemon, add lime, listen, don't y'all overdo it. I ain't playing with y'all. Add a little bit of sugar. Do something to help you to, not to every glass. I say about a fourth teaspoon of sugar. Not a teaspoon, a fourth to a half. And maybe that'll make the water a little bit more, you know, tolerable to you. So get you some lemon, lime, cucumber, melon water. Make your own melon water. Use cantaloupe, honeydew melon, watermelon. Sit it in the fridge. And if you prefer room temp, just sit it on the counter. Listen, you let it sit for a couple of hours. That's the most refreshing water. Making your own fruit water is the most refreshing water. All right? So just make sure you get that water in. So it's been 15 minutes. I say we got like 30 to 45 minutes to go. Oh yeah. 30 to 45 minutes to go. About 6:30. Yeah, about 6:30. We'll be ready. So again, guys, Walking is the big thing. So if you want to walk, do so. Walk, jog, run, skip, walk in place. Y'all know I always say shout out to Rock Just Living because I give credit where credit is due. Okay? Walk around your home, the perimeter of your home if you don't want to leave home. If it's really cold or really hot and you don't want to leave home, walk around the perimeter of your home. Walk up and down the street. Walk around the block. Walk around the perimeter of your apartment complex. Right? Walk around the biggest room of your home. Walk laps. If that room's not big enough, walk around several rooms in your home. Walk laps. Okay? Now, I suggest an hour a day, but at the bare minimum, well, I'll say minimum 30 minutes, bare minimum 15 minutes, okay? Bare minimum 15 minutes, because you may just be starting out, or you may just be restarting. But always, always, always consult and contact, converse, not conversate, converse. I was about to say have a conversation. I said conversate. Converse with your healthcare team. Get those when you go and get your labs and stuff. Know what your numbers are. Because a lot of people are perfectly healthy, numbers wise. They just don't move. They just don't get up and move. You got to get up and move and keep moving. Keep moving. And don't just listen to people online. When we say things online, that's why we try to keep it mild, minor, to a minimum over here on what we encourage people to do. Because you don't ever want someone to do something based on what you said, knowing full well that their healthcare team told them not to do it. So that's why I say, if you do anything that you see me do or hear me say, you do so at your own risk. Over here in Lions Pride, we do not professionally, medically, clinically assess, diagnose, treat, or evaluate. That's what your healthcare team is for, okay? We just drop nuggets. Pick those nuggets up and hopefully they can help you or someone you know. But when you pick the nuggets up, don't just pop them open, okay? Pop them open and research them. Because those of us who have licenses, registrations, and certifications, we have to get continuing education, okay? Some things that worked before, they don't suggest now. Some things they said that were bad back in the past, they're okay now. So we have to have continuing education. So even people who are trained to know don't always know. They don't always know the changes that may have happened. Okay? So then you get these other people listening to what you say, and then they run to their channels and they say it. Be mindful of what you put out. And be mindful of the fact that you know that you have not been educated on it other than Google. Other than Google. And Google is just fine as long as you go to reputable sources. As long as you go to reputable sources. Today is Wednesday. Are you guys eating wings? What are you eating? Are you eating wings? What else? What else is good to eat on Wednesday, hump day? Salad is always good. Right? Salad is always good. There's nothing wrong with a salad. All right, any time of the week, any time of the day, a good salad. Look, don't you make a salad and load it down with meat, okay? When you make your salad, make sure you make your salad so that it is meant to do what a salad is meant to do. Okay? Kind of like think of a smoothie when you make your salad. Well, I can't even say that because some of y'all do the most with these smoothies, okay? You're supposed to be thinking health-wise. Maybe meal replacement. So think healthy when you make your salads. All right? Now, sometimes we can splurge with the salads. Use your vinaigrettes, right? Homemade dressing. Homemade dressings are great. Get a little olive oil, right? Whatever type of seasoning you want to put in that oil, put a little honey in there, right? Get an avocado, mix it real good, put avocado over in there, and choose whatever seasonings you choose. Sprinkle them over in there and make your own dressing, okay? That way you know what's in it. You know what's in it. Make your own dressing for your salad. Hey, Mad Dog. Hey, Mad Dog. Mad Dog, I was trying to catch you live earlier. I was at work. It be so, I be trying to sneak. I be trying to sneak. And then, like, even if you have your earplugs in and your hair over them, sometimes it's still hard to sneak. Because as soon as you're trying to watch somebody or listen to somebody, somebody calls you. They need this, they need that, they want this, they want that. Or you got to go up here. You got to go this way. You got to go that way. So, y'all know tomorrow will be, look, I don't even know why I'm saying this. Like, I don't even know why we talk about how fast the weeks go by, y'all. Like why do we talked about this before. You remember when we were kids? It seemed like it was taking forever to become an adult. Man, you look back at those years from birth to 18, birth to 21 for some, maybe birth to 25. At the time, we thought that was taking us forever to become adults. And look, by the time you're 36, you've been an adult just as long as you were a child. But that 18 to 36 seems like it flew by. It seems like it flew by. It seemed like birth to 18 was taking forever, even though most of us can't remember much from like birth. Now some people, now that's amazing. They have done studies where some people do remember things like as infants, like newborn. But I think most people kind of remember. And you know, the body, the mind is a miraculous thing. So I think that that's possible. But I think generally speaking, most people remember maybe even like from 1 and up. They may not remember all of the details of some things that happen, especially things that are traumatic. You know, especially things that are traumatic. Or especially things that may not necessarily be traumatic in a bad way, but they're kind of like phenomenal, like, you know, just kind of outrageous kind of things that you know, you probably can remember back to when you were 1 year old. Definitely two. You know? So, and 3, yeah. Most people definitely remember the things that were happening when they were like 3 years old. Anywhere from like 2.5, almost 3, 2 years and 10 months or so, you're like there right at 3. You remember those things. And then you get in school, 5, 6, and it's like every day, Monday through Friday, every day. The only thing you do is you're off during the spring break and Christmas. And to the kids, it's taking forever. But to parents, we're like, my goodness, that girl was just in the 1st grade, now she's in the 6th grade. Or that boy was just in the 2nd grade, now he's in the 4th grade. And those 2 years went by fast, and you think from 1st grade to 6th grade, you think all of it just goes by fast to us parents, you know. Now, sometimes when they're young like that, you have to help them with schoolwork, and you got to do do different things, sports and all these different activities. It seems like it's taking a while, but it seems like the more they do when they're kids, the faster time flies by. You start to look back when they get like in the 5th grade, especially about to get out of elementary school. You're like, you're thinking, where did the time go? But to the kids, it's like, oh my gosh, when will I be an adult? And then they become an adult. And that's when they start to realize that time flies. Just doesn't fly when it feels like you're being told what to do. You got to do it this way because somebody else said so. You got to do it that way because your parents said so, because your teacher said so, because the librarian said so, because the social worker said so, because the other teacher who's not even your teacher said so, because the principal said so. Or sometimes because your siblings said so, you know, your auntie, your grandma. It's like you're always told what to do. And then we get a little bit of authority when we get a little sister or a little cousin, and we can tell them what to do. We can tell them what to do. But it just seems like childhood just It seems like it takes so long. It goes by so slow. Especially if you have a good childhood, like the average good childhood. Now, for those who have like a kind of rough childhood, I know it seems slow to them. That's just like us. It seems slow to us as adults when we're dealing with stuff we don't want to deal with. You know, like, when is this going to be done? When is this going to be over? Okay, when am I going to be able to look back and say I got through that? But yeah, but just generally speaking, seems like when you're a kid, it's taking forever to become an adult. Once you become an adult, those years seem to just fly by. Fly by. I don't know, maybe it's the responsibility. Maybe it's the responsibility that the responsibility that you have, that you acquire, that's put on you as an adult. The choices that you have to make, that you sometimes have to make on your own, by yourself. You can talk with your parents and your siblings and your grandparents and things like that, but a lot of times the choices are that whatever you say, then you start thinking, I wish I could. I wish it was like when I was a kid when people made these choices for me. People made these decisions for me. So yeah, all of that to say, I guess time flies when you're having fun. You become an adult and you think you can just do whatever you want to do, have it your way. Time flies when you're having fun, and time flies when you have more responsibilities. Those bills roll around every month, every 30 days, and some of them, y'all, they roll around every 25 to 28 days. It ain't no way some of those bills waiting 30 days. Some of those bills roll around on you every 25 to 28 days. I'm sorry about the wind, y'all, but it's God's work. It's God's work. You hear the birds. The wind feels so good. Okay, we've almost been walking at a decent pace for about 30 minutes. Then the next 30 minutes, we're going to slow down a little bit. That's the plan. Let's see. I don't know why certain ways the sun hits the phone, you can't see it. You can barely see it. Then there are other days when you think you shouldn't be able to see the screen. The screen looks perfect. The screen looks perfect. So just keep moving. Keep moving, keep moving with the purpose. We've said that forever over here. We're going to keep saying it. And like I say, if someone motivates you, that's fine. But your best motivator besides God, your best motivator is you and your family, okay? You and you're your own best motivator, your own best influencer, encourager, all right? Fan, cheerleader. You and those who love you, who truly know you. I know sometimes we kind of question, you kind of question the ones that love you, but listen, even when, most of the times, I won't say all the time, even when family doesn't get along, they love each other. They love each other. Hopefully. We got a little music. But he went kind of fast, so hopefully we good. Hopefully we're good. Rent it and you get over it quick. I feel like I take some of the work off my legs. I want a slow burn, okay? So we go up those hills. I try not to run up them. If y'all notice, back in the day, I used to jog up the hills or run up the hills really quickly to get it over with. But now we just go up the hill and we get that slow burn. That slow burn in those quads. All right? Especially in the quads, you get that slow burn. And you just pull, and make it up that hill. Pull, and make it up the hill. Feel that slow burn in your quads. All right. And if you start to feel that, it's okay to slow down. It's okay to stop and stretch. Remember, radar starts with R, ends with R. We start with stretching and we end with stretching. R is for stretching, right? A is your warm up. D is your workout. A is your cool down, and R is your stretching. And at any time during your D, your workout, you can stop and stretch again if you need to. All right? Stop and stretch again if you need to. Those joints start to feel a little wonky. Those muscles start to feel a little funky. Stretch again. Stretch again. Stretching in itself is a great form of relaxation. It's great for your body, mind, and soul. Exercise is great for you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Even stretching alone. Maybe you stretch enough, you'll start to delve into some yoga. You'll start to delve into some yoga. Try yoga. Don't think yoga is just stretching though. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Because yoga is definitely much more than just stretching. All right. But maybe if you start to stretch a lot more. Y'all remember when I told you a few weeks ago, we were saying before you even get out of bed, right? Take you some deep breaths in. Pull that oxygen in. Pull in that O2. Exhale and release the carbon dioxide, right? Pull in that oxygen. Inhale. Pull it in, pull it in. Release the carbon dioxide and exhale. Pull in that O2. Release that CO2 and other gases when you exhale, okay? And before you even get up, listen, it may not even take you 10 minutes. Just pull your chin to your chest. Take both hands to the sides of your head for support. And just get a nice stretch in your neck. Okay? 7, 8. Release and let go. You're going to do that again. And this is as you're in bed. Okay? Lying in bed. 6, 7, 8. Release and let go. Then you want to put your right hand to the right side of your head for support and lean to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release. Put that hand back in the same spot. Lean to your right and support. And feel that stretch in the left side of your neck. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you want to do the opposite side. Of course, you always work opposing muscles, right? But in this case, we're just working the opposite side of the neck. Put your left hand to your head and lean in, lean over rather, not in. You can lean into your shoulder. Feel that stretch in the right side of your neck. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax. Let that head come up. And then you want to do it again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. That neck will feel a lot better. Much better than it felt when you woke up. Okay. Then you want to take those shoulders, even as you're lying down, roll them to the front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll them to the back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can repeat that. Front, count of 8. Back, count of 8. Then you just want to take them and pull them up to your earlobes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And back down. Slowly let them back down. Then repeat that again. Up to the earlobes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And back down. Now you want to pull that belly button in. Okay? Pull it in as tight as you can. Push yourself down into that bed. All right? Imagine pushing your back into the bed, okay? Pull that, hold, work on that core. Then you want to take your hand and lift your right behind your right knee, pull it up as far as you can comfortably, and get a stretch right there lying in bed. Now, have a nice mattress. Make sure that your mattress is nice and firm. You know, people have different types of mattresses, so you know, you're not gonna be there long. Just pull it up. Same thing, count to 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let it back down. Have both legs up. It feels much better that way. But you just want to take that right one and pull it into your chest as close as you can and get a stretch in that back and in the hamstring. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now you want to put that right leg down, back into a bridge formation. And you want to repeat the same thing with the left leg. Pull it as close as you can, pulling that belly button into the bed. Pull that leg up as close as you can to your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gently let it down. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out and pull it in. Again, as close as you can to your chest. That just took 5 minutes, y'all. 5 minutes so far. Now, you're done with both legs. You're gonna let them down flat. All right? And you're gonna point that toe, take it, and like you're drawing a circle. Inward. 5, 6, 7, 8, and outward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Work that ankle, okay? And you're gonna do the same thing with your left leg. All right? And now you should feel you should be feeling a little froggy, okay? You should feel kind of froggy now. Swing those legs to the side of that bed and get on up. Get on up. See, that took like 6 minutes, roughly 6 minutes from head to toe. 6 minutes from head to toe. And some of you, if you get up and work out, that gets you ready. That helps with that warm up for working out. Helps that circulation to get going, right? Remember, you want to work that body. Make sure you don't hurt your body. And sometimes you want to trick your body. Make sure you don't hurt your body, right? You want to work it, but you don't want to overwork it, right? Your heart is the most important muscle in your body. It is a pump, right? It pumps your blood through your circulatory system. It helps to pump other fluids, your lymphatic system, right? Those valves in your blood vessels help to propel the blood and the lymph and the fluids through your circulatory system, okay? So you want to get in, you want to work it. You want to work your heart and lungs, but you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to overdo it. Okay? You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to overindulge. Okay? Remember, over here is M&M. Modification, when you need to modify things, and moderation. All right? Modification and moderation. And moderation just doesn't, mean in what you eat. It can mean a lot. Y'all hear those birds? Do you hear the birds? So, yeah, you want moderation and modification. When we say moderation, usually most people are talking about what they eat, the things, the fun that they indulge in, some of those guilty pleasures they indulge in. But you also need to be moderate with some of your exercises, okay? Some people are just really, truly trying to overdo it because they're trying to compare with other people. They're trying to compete with other people. You cannot compete where you don't compare. Be you. Compare yourself. Compete with yourself, okay? The person you were yesterday the day before, the week before, the month before, the year before, years before. Work on improving and competing with that person. That will be your best motivator. Not trying to compete with another fellow YouTuber, another family member, co-worker, fellow student, the lady in the drive-thru, the lady at Target and Walmart. Compete with yourself. That's your best competitor. It should be your only competitor, because you cannot compete with people that you do not know, their history, their background. You cannot compete where you don't compare. So that's not just a smirky smart thing to say. It's a true statement. It's a true statement. There are some things that we all know how to do, but there are some things that we don't know how to do. But for some reason in our minds, we think, I'm going to do it. And you don't know what that person's history is, what their background is, if they play football, basketball, soccer, Rubik's, rugby. You don't know. You don't know. Okay, I hope y'all can't hear him now because that was loud. You just never know. Maybe they played four square better than you, more than you, ran track, we're in the military. Stop trying to compete with people that you don't compare with. It doesn't matter that you used to do something like walking. With the grace of God, most of us, hopefully, we walked. But you just don't know other things that people have done. So you don't want to hurt yourself. But it's so sad that some people will risk hurting themselves for this internet. Some people will risk hurting themselves for a view. And I'm not talking about those wild and crazy young kids, okay? I'm talking about grown women and men, but mostly women. They will hurt themselves trying to compare, trying to compete and compare with people whose background they don't know. That's why we keep it to a minimum over here, because it may be zero. There may be no one in your life. There may be 10 people in the life, but you never know who's going to catch the replay. What child or what adult, and what mindset they have, or what frame of mind that they're in. And yeah, people often say, I didn't make them do. No, you didn't. You didn't make them do anything. But you feel much better knowing that you didn't put out some misinformation, or you didn't do something that you honestly weren't trained to do, because you're trying to compete or compare with someone else, and then someone else saw you and they just did it. Some cases you'll never know. Some cases you might know. So that's why we give that professional personalized disclaimer over here. We studied and we worked hard for that education, okay? We worked hard for the education that we have over here. So yeah, we feel a way when we hear somebody repeating every word that we say. That's gonna always be the case. Some things we all know, generally speaking, but some things we don't. And you can tell it when you listen to a person. You can truly tell it when you listen to their verbiage. So you guys move your legs. Watch me move the legs. Move your legs. Get up and move your legs. Move your arms. Put a little pep in your step. Move with a purpose, okay? If you're gonna get out here and do something, make it count. Make it worth the while. All right? Now that being said, always take into account your fitness level. All right? Your fitness level may not be what your brother's is. He may be able to get out here and run like an Olympian, right? And you may only be a year or two younger or older, but you know you don't run. You know you don't run. So get started walking. As long as you're doing something according to your fitness level, you're doing good. As long as you do something according to your fitness level, you're doing good. 46 minutes in, y'all know it's got to be an hour. It's got to be an hour. We do all this other stuff, right? Watch, be on here, right? We be on here, right? We watch TV, we watch Netflix, we do all these other things. Now look, we're not gonna talk about we cook because we got to cook, okay? Some of that other stuff we don't have to do. We don't got to do. Some of that other stuff we don't have to do. We have to cook, we gotta cook. Certain things we gotta do. Y'all, again, when it's windy, I know it is so annoying to hear. It's annoying to hear the wind slap against the microphone of the telephone. But let me tell you, for me, walking, it feels so good. That wind feels so good. It's breezy, breezy, breezy. Easy breezy. And it feels good. Feels much better than just hot, dry heat, okay? It feels much better than hot heat that's hot and dry, hot and dry. And it feels better than that old moist heat too. That old sweltering heat, okay? So I'll take the wind, but I know it's annoying. Blue True One, hello, hello, hello. How are you? You're welcome. Thank you for the motivation. You rock. Thank you, Blue True One. You rock as well. I appreciate you for dropping down and saying hello. And glad that I can motivate you. That's what I've been talking about lately, like motivation. You know, we talked yesterday about not so much as parents, but a lot of times you'll hear people in society say, like they'll address an athlete, an actor, an actress, some professional, right? Some celebrity. And they say, well, that doesn't look good for the kids. And it's true. It's true. It's not a good look when you do things and you know that other people are watching. But we have to realize that they're human. And if those kids have the right role models at home, then they'll be able to differentiate between right and wrong and cute and not cute. So, because those role models that people are saying, well, you're a basketball star, you're a football. Look, you are, but you don't personally know all of the kids in the country, okay? So the best role model for them is their parents, their aunties, their uncles, their mentors, good mentors, right? Their grandparents, good teachers, right? And that way, when they get motivated that way, when they get taught by them, they can also motivate themselves. They'll also learn about self-motivation. So it is a great thing to motivate somebody. And I'm glad to do that. I appreciate you telling me that. But I think sometimes as adults, we need to, as kids too, because we got to make sure the kids are, because like I said, oftentimes you hear other people say, oh, he's a basketball star. All those kids look up to him. He shouldn't do that. Now, those people may be parents themselves and maybe not. But we got to teach that motivation should come from within. Motivation should come from within and from those who love you and from those who you have a close connection with, right? And my subscribers, I have a close connection with many of you. And so I'm glad that motivation can come from me. When you guys say things like that, it motivates me. See how motivation bumps off motivation? Motivation bounces off of motivation. So you just motivated me. But I guess when I'm on these apps, I see so many adults seeking motivation and validation, like actually actively seeking it. It's kind of discouraging sometimes, because that lets me know that what do you do when it's time to just pull your own bootstraps, pull your own shoelaces, and definitely not use Blue True One. But I thought we talked about that earlier this week, how it's great to motivate people. And motivation is positive. You'd much rather motivate them towards something good, push them towards something good than something bad. But sometimes some people, they rely so much on your motivation, they seem to kind of their actions start to resemble you, like a little bit too much. Those are rare cases, but I've ran into like about 5 of those cases lately. I've ran into about 5 of those cases lately from grown folks. We gotta motivate each other. We gotta motivate each other. But take the motivation for what it's meant to be, positive. Take it for what it's meant to be, positive. Learn to receive motivation and encouragement from others. So as you learn to receive it and as you take it, don't rely too much on them. Take that and then start to hone your own skills of self-motivation. And that takes skills. Self-motivation takes skills. Sometimes we don't always have it. Sometimes we don't always have those skills, and sometimes we do. So we march in place because there's traffic. Sometimes we do. And it's good when we do. Because when we do, again, motivation bounces off of motivation. So I appreciate you, Blue True One. I'm glad to see you back. I'm glad to see you back. I hope that you've had a wonderful week. I hope that you continue to have a wonderful week. Just one step in front of the other. One step in front of the other. Move, move, move. And when you get moving, you keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Stretch. Stretch. Y'all know what it is. We walk and talk, but we walk and talk a certain way. We walk and talk my way. Right? M&M, moderation and modification. Moderation and modification. Right? Consistency. Consistency is key. Be consistent and make sure that you're persistent about being consistent. Right? Be consistent. Make sure you're persistent about being consistent. Remember, M&M, moderation and modification. They're meant to help you in your journey, whatever your journey may be. Whether it's exercising, eating correctly, fitness, overall fitness, your overall well-being. Okay? Moderation and modification. When you're exercising and your healthcare team has come up with a plan, or even if you come up with your own light plan, find some things that work when your number one thing doesn't work. I always use squats as the example. If you can't do those deep squats, don't do that. If you have knee issues, hip issues, don't do that. Do mini squats. Do baby squats. Okay? Stretch. Sometimes people have to find their way through stretching. Through stretching. Get in those 10,000 steps a day. Now, a lot of health professionals, this is what I'm talking about when I say the information changes. You don't necessarily have to get in 10,000. That is, even though that's the perfect thing. 10K plus is where it's at. All right. But just for your fitness, you don't necessarily have to do that. Right? But it's great if you can. If you can't, meet yourself where you are. Meet yourself where you are. You know how we talk about meeting people where they are? Look, that's when we're happy, when we're sad, or when we're mad, or someone addresses you, and you're like, oh no, that going high and low stuff doesn't work anymore. I meet them where they are. Well, you got to meet yourself where you are too. Meet yourself where you are. Meet yourself where you are. Don't overindulge. Don't do too much. Listen to your body. Okay? Somebody else's fitness level may not be yours. Theirs may be better. Theirs may not be as good. Yours may be better than the next person. It may not be as good. Your fitness level may be better, but there may be some things that the next person does that you still can't do. Okay? So stop trying to compete where you don't compare and just do what you need to do to be a better you. Okay? Do what you need to do to be a better you. And that will get you your best outcome. That will get you your best outcome. Be a better you. Try your best to be a better you. That will get you your best outcome. That's in anything that you do. That's in anything that you do. Try your best to be better than you were yesterday. You were last week. You were last year. That's your best. That's your best option. You want to work your body, but make sure you don't hurt your body. And you do that by doing the things that are within reason for you and your fitness level. You and your health. They say that your health is your wealth. Over here in Lions Pride, what do we say? Health and fitness are your wealth. Your health and fitness are your wealth. You can be as healthy as an ox. But do you like to get up and do the things that you need to do, like parking way, way up and walking all the way down to Walmart? You know? Or do you look for the closest park, the nearest park? Do you take the elevator when you could take the stairs? Right? So you want to improve on the level that you, wherever you are in your fitness journey. If you're doing great, you want to maintain and continue to do great. If you're doing okay and you could do better, you want to do the things that are, beneficial for you and conducive to you acquiring the goals that you have so that things will be better. Okay? The birds are on fire, okay? The birds, the wind. You gotta talk loud, okay? So can you walk and talk loud? Well, you gotta walk and talk loud when that wind gets to blowing. It's not just cute. It doesn't just sound like a nice little rhyme to put together. It's done for a plethora of reasons. We walk and talk for so many reasons. It shows you where you are, and it shows you where you aren't, as well as other things. Sometimes you don't need to talk. You just need to walk. You just need to walk. That's the important part. That's the important component. That's the most important component. The talking is just a reflection of other things. Those birds getting down. It's right. It was this area yesterday too. It was this area yesterday. They were really, 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 really chirping, singing. And thank you guys for those thumbs up. I forgot to tell you that. I think I told you earlier. Y'all know I don't fuss about that. Okay? It helps. It helped. The comments help. The likes help. Okay? If you don't like and you don't comment and you sit here for a few minutes, a couple of minutes, that helps. There are so many ways to support and help. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Okay? Tap my doorbell, ring my doorbell, better known as the YouTube notification bell, so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video, go live, or do a short. And y'all know I'm a shorts channel, right? We like the shorts and we like the lives. Every now and again, we'll do a video. Every now and again. Y'all, I see my friend. He's at the he's at the mailbox. Y'all hear him? Oh, he's jumping high, y'all. He's jumped so high. I didn't know his little butt could jump that high. So it's been an hour, a minute, and 43 seconds and counting. Okay, again, I hope you guys have had a wonderful week. I hope that you have, I hope that the rest of this Wednesday is wonderful for you and the rest of the week is wonderful as well. Okay? Okay? And if something has bothered you, try your best to just brush it off. Try your best. I know it's easier said than done. I know it's easier said than done. But try your best to just shake it off. Brush it off. Pluck it off like a little fly. Pluck it off like a little nuisance, a little gnat. Okay? Pluck it off. Don't let bother people bother you. Because let me tell you, grown adults get a kick out of bothering other adults. And you wonder what the heck do they teach the kids, right? I don't know if it stems from them not being popular in school, being bullied in school, or maybe they were bullies in school. But some people, they just aren't satisfied on these apps unless they're bothering someone else, right? So try your best not to let people bother you. And when you pick up on it, stand your ground. You know what it is. It is what it is. It is what you see. Don't let people bother you. Don't let stressed people stress you out. And if you find yourself in a misery lounge, they say misery loves company. That definitely can be true. But sometimes it's not so much that that person is miserable, but some people truly, truly enjoy seeing other people miserable. That's their joy. That gives them joy. That gives them joy to see other people miserable. Yep. And when they see that they bother you, I'm telling you, they were either bullied, weren't popular, or they were the bullies. That's just how people are. Because there's no way you can be in your 40s and 50s and you cannot be creative enough to not hang on someone's coattail. There's no way. Or you can't be adult enough to not bother people. Not bother people. Leave people alone. And when people break connections with you, act as if you never knew them. Act as if you never knew them, especially people that you don't know and people that you haven't met. Break connections with them people. Those folks. Break the connections. Break connections with them. Honestly, you really don't have connections with them. Social media platforms, honestly, in my true opinion, I feel like they were meant for networking, teaching, like the Copyright 107 says, educational, informational, entertainment purposes only. That's what I truly think. You know, I think all forms of entertainment were for that. Entertaining, teaching, others learning. But leave it to people to be people, okay? Like they say, it's not the world, it's the people in the world, right? It's not social media, it's the people on social media. They need something to latch on to. Then some of them want to latch on to you. And when you say, oh, hold up, pump the brakes, unleash, unlatch, and let go, they get mad. You can't let them bother you. It's easier said than done. Believe you me, I'm telling you by experience, it's easier said than done. But then sometimes you have to sit and think like, what is it that makes them cling so? Why are they so clingy? Like, you should be able to, like, sometimes disengage and not give that person another thought. They're not your sibling. You didn't go to school with them. You didn't go to college with them. You met them on social media. So really you haven't met them. Because if that's the case, we meet millions of people a day. So learn how to detach from yourself. Learn how to detach, not from yourself, but from them. And make sure that they detach from you. Because I'm telling you, people have a hard time detaching. People have a hard time detaching, releasing, letting go. And a lot of times it's something that they never had anyway. It's like a relationship that you never really had anyway. It's kind of like when, some people, they meet. After 2 weeks, they're married. That's not really encouraged. Those marriages can work. Oftentimes they do. But that's not generally, that's not encouraged, right? So when you meet someone for 2 months, 3 months, and then there's a disconnect, go ahead and detach. Detach. Remove anything about them. Just remove it from your mind. Don't even think about them. When you see them, like I like to say, see and don't see. There are so many times you can see and don't see, right? See and don't see. That's the best way to be. See and don't see. Don't let people bother you. Don't let people stress you out. If they see that they're not bothering you, they will become bothered. Because 9 times out of 10, they're bothered anyway. If they see that they're not stressing you out, they'll move on. Move on to somebody else, or they'll keep stressing about ways that they can try and stress you. So just make sure that you're not stressed out. And again, okay, he went the other way. Again, if you find yourself in a misery lounge, someone else's house, like literally someone else's house, their channel, their chat, their platform, their neighborhood, their area, and you get comfortable because they were nice, they were pleasant. It's easy to get along with people like off the bat, especially online. And then you start to see certain things that they say and certain things that they do, certain places that they are. In other words, you start to see those sheep unzip and wolves come out. Just grab your grip and go. And if they come into your space, your platform, your lounge, your home, your channel, whatever it is, make them grab their grip and go. Get them out of your ecosystem, okay? Keep your ecosystem as clear, as clean, and as equal as possible. You want a nice equilibrium. You want a nice equilibrium. And sometimes you have to tell people to GTGAG, grab their grip and go. The same way you sometimes have to grab your grip and leave their place. Don't let people bother you. And I'm not going to say that you can do that because it's easy, because it's not. Because it's not easy for me. But sometimes you can kind of laugh it off. Because a lot of times, it can be flattering. A lot of times it can be flattering. And my bro Chef Found This Wine can tell you about that. A lot of times you just got to take it as a compliment. Even though in their minds, because they see you catch on, they don't mean it as a compliment. But that is. If you want to say everything a person says, they give you, there's one thing to motivate, to be motivated by somebody. But there's a whole other thing to almost become obsessive. Right? It's a whole other thing to almost become obsessive with somebody. Don't obsess over people. Hey, Joyette. Hey, sis. And sis Mad Dog and Girl, Joyette, where you been? Where you been? You went back to work this week. Y'all went back off of spring break, didn't you? I said, I don't know where Joyelle been at. She just been missing in action. You know it take my sis Sin City to talk about you. Where her little butt at? You can hear, I can hear her now. Where her butt been? Where her little butt at? She gonna whoop you, Joyelle. I told her I ain't seen Joyelle. I ain't been in my chat. I said, you know she was on spring break last week. I said, Joyelle probably working, working, working. Girl, been at the schoolhouse. See, I told you. I told you. I said, I bet you Joyelle has been working with an E, with an E. Okay. I'm glad you was able to make it in here before I got off. You know, I've been on here for an hour and 11 minutes. You know, Stefan, I'm going to go live tonight about 8 Eastern, 7 Central. And me and Stefan just going to shoot the breeze. Talk a little country Wayne-ish. My students hear me up and don't turn me. Look, girl, see? See, that's what I was talking about earlier. When we were talking about role models. You have some people that want to put the role model role, assign role model to these athletes, these movie stars, these actors, actresses, these dancers, these singers, when really they should be the role models. They should be, it's okay, but they should be their kids' role model. I'm just walking place. Yeah, they should be, are y'all talking to? They should be, how you doing? He's y'all, he is so, that's my neighbor. He's so nice. He's like, you can come on. I'm like, nah, I'll just walk in place. They'll give me a chance as I get a few steps in place. But, you know, yeah, I mean, for some reason, naturally they become role models, right? Because you see Michael Jordan, you're a little boy or a little girl, you want to do like Mike. You want to be like Mike. You see LeBron, you see Shaq, you see whoever the hottest one is at the time. Especially if you're a baller, of course you want to kind of, you look up to them. But when you see them do bad things, or sometimes you know how they get kind of caught up a little bit, and the first thing people want to say, they know all these kids watching them. Well, hell, their kids are watching them too, but they're still human. You know, they're still human. So people aren't perfect. So as long as your kids have you, their parents, their grandparents, their aunties, great teachers, great coaches, great mentors in like Girl Scouts or other civic organizations, then whenever that athlete cuts up or does something bad, you don't have to be so worried that your child will do the same. Oh, okay, I'm going to slide through. Yes, okay. I call our nieces and nephews with love. Yeah, they bring me so much joy. Exactly. So if you know, because I don't know, honestly, you never know what a kid is thinking. But I think that's mostly when people get caught up a little bit or they do something wrong. I just think that's society trying to beat them down with that role model stuff. Because you hear kids, you see kids with the jerseys, you see kids with the shoes, and you see kids act a certain way, kind of maybe mimic some of the stars. But at the end of the day, most of those kids grow out of that, and it's not taught out of them. They just kind of grow out of that. As they get older, they grow out of that. Now, some of them as an adult, they're going to tell you that's still their favorite player, their favorite actress, favorite actor. But they're not trying to really act like them and be like them anymore. That's just what kids do. They mimic, But if you are being the way you're supposed to be with them, whether you're the parents, grandparents, aunties, sometimes aunties have to step up when they feel like mom and dad are kind of two hands off, Certain mentors will step up. So as long as you help out too, yeah, those kids will see their favorite star get in a little trouble sometimes, but those stars don't know every single child in this country. They're living life too, and things happen. Sometimes they get caught up sometimes. So whatever that star did, doesn't mean they can't change, be regretful, be remorseful, repent. No. Some people think that people have to repent to them. No. Well, whoever their higher power is, hopefully it's God, but whoever it is, as long as they repent to them, and it's always the ones who act like they've been perfect. It's always the people who act like they've been perfect. One of my students was on the phone with his mom, and he let me speak to her. I told her, I hem him up when necessary. She thank me. See, that's what I'm talking about. A great mentor. So if you have people who are mentors in your life, now I get it. Some kids don't have it. Some kids don't have that. Some kids are beat down mentally so bad at home, and then those are usually the ones who don't have a lot of friends at school. Till sometimes they're not really reachable. You may have one teacher who's really really nice to them. Really really nice to them, and you may have one teacher who can take the time, because a lot of times teachers don't have time to be as hands-on as they would like to individually. But sometimes they spot that child or two who really, really needs it. And so they give them their best. And so when you have, like I say, parents who really care, or who are hands-on, grandparents, and sometimes it's the aunties or the uncles, or it's the mentors, or it's teachers or social workers. If you just got one, even if you don't have access to them all the time, if you got some access to them, then how they live and everything they think should revolve around some basketball star, some football star. And so you shouldn't be all on their butts when they do wrong or do bad. Talking about, oh, the kids look up to you. Kids should be looking up to those who are closest to them. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily always have to be their parents. It could be the grandparents, aunties, uncles, neighbors who they've grown up around for years. Cousins, older cousins, or cousins their age who just kind of hang out with them and, show them a lot of love. So I'm glad I don't hear that as much. Oh, he did this and kids look up to him or her, yeah. But those kids should have at least one other person that they're looking up to that'll make sure that they're steered away from that type of behavior. Even sometimes it may just be a teacher. Mom may be at work all the time, may be single. Dad may be at work all the time. He may be single, trying to raise them. Or maybe they're just hands off. They're not really hands on. So, yeah, sometimes kids do live vicariously through these stars. But hopefully, and so some of them do get caught up like that and thinking, oh, he's so great. But look, when the stars do something wrong, the kids typically don't stop loving them. And when they get caught up, it's not like they're telling your kid to go do whatever they did. So I used to be like a little perturbed by people always saying, oh, they know the kids look up to them. They're not telling your kid to do what they got caught doing. Don't you see them on TV looking sour-faced, like I'm busted? So, if the kids are looking, they're also seeing that he's having, to deal with the repercussions of his actions or her actions. I'm that teacher who they run to. That's why I be so tired. Yep, see? It's like you got more kids. You got your own kids, you got your biological kids, and you got your kids by occupation. You have your biological kids and you have your kids by occupation. Yep. Well, Joya, I'm gonna get off here, sis, because I'm gonna I've been telling Stephon we're gonna do this for like 2 weeks at least. So I'm gonna go jump in the shower and get this StreamYard up. And we ain't gonna be on long, because you know how they are about you showing those clips and stuff about people. So we're just gonna chit chat for a minute, and then I'm gonna get my butt in the bed. I had a long day today. Even though I got off early, I had a long day today. One of my homeboys is a single father. There are men doing their part. Yeah, I admire the ones who do. Exactly, absolutely. There are a lot of men doing their parts. And you know what? Those are the men who don't get offended when women are talking. You know how, as ladies, we talk just like them. As men, they talk. And a lot of times we say, oh, those men, And of course, just because we didn't say some men, I try to make it my habit to say many or a lot sometimes, even sometimes when I really think it's most. But come on, it's not how we talk. That's just how we talk. Like, we'll say men, but of course we don't mean all men, because some men definitely step up to the plate. Not only paying what they should pay, but being actively involved. Because just think about it. What if you don't have a job, or what if he's out of a job and he's still actively involved? That's what really counts. And if he's actively involved the right way, when he gets a job, the financial part shouldn't even be an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. So yeah, when we say men, we are talking about those sorry ones. So if you know the shoe doesn't fit you, stop trying to put it on and wear it. Stop trying to come to the defense of those that the shoe fits. Okay? Stop. That wind's been blowing so much out here, y'all. It's dust all over my phone. Stop trying to come to the defense of men who the shoe fits. Okay? Who the shoes fit. Are you all going to be on your page or on mine? I'm gonna be on my channel. I would do like a what you call it, not a premiere, but when you set it like 30 minutes ahead. But by the time I get out of the shower and grab a bite to eat, it'll be 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock Central. Yep, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. So that's like roughly an hour. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do like a 30-minute of great day. My neighbor got a new dog, y'all. He looks like a big polar bear. He looks like a big polar bear. Oh, Joyelle! Joyelle, no! Joyelle said, my sorry eye. Look, Joyelle. Joyelle. Don't nobody say it like Joyelle, okay? Nobody says it like Joyelle. I promise you. Nobody does. Yeah, so that's like roughly an hour. So I'm not gonna do I'm not gonna set a, what is the thing called, girl? I'm trying to, a reminder, I guess, like set a reminder. Yeah, I'm just gonna jump on. It's hot for a few minutes. And I said, get my butt off of here and go to sleep. That's why I feel like I had a long day. I only got like maybe 5 hours of sleep. You know, when you're 20, you can do that. When you're 20, you can get like 5 hours and then jump up and go to work. You can go out and have a blast, have a ball, and then come home and get like 2 hours of sleep and go to work. But, okay, Joya, hopefully, are you on Eastern time? It'll be 8 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock Central. And I can't think of the rest. What's on the West Coast? 5, that'll be 5 o'clock. That'll be 5 o'clock. And I think Mountain time, it'll be 6. Yeah, 6. I think it goes back an hour each. 8 Eastern is 7 Central, 5 Mountain. No, 6 Mountain and 5 Pacific Standard Time. I think, whatever they call it out there in Cali. Because I always remember, because I know Cali is 3 hours behind Georgia. So the others are in between. If it's 8 in Georgia, it's 5 in Cali. So it's 7 Central Time, 6 Mountain Time, and 5 Pacific Time. That's a hot shame. And tomorrow is the first day of spring, y'all. Hey, Spiky. Welcome to the live, Spiky. Thank you for coming in. We're about to get out of here because we got to go live again in like an hour. I got to shower and eat. Eat me something, get me something to eat. So come on back if you're not busy. Come on back if you're not busy. I hope you had a good week, Spiking. Hope you're having a great Wednesday, a wonderful Wednesday, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Joya says, hey, Spiky. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. A wonderful rest of your week. And Joya says, look, tell those kids, you got a lot of loving to give, but you got to get to the house. You got to get to the house. It's such a beautiful day. It's been windy. It's been really windy, so I know it's hard to hear me sometimes. So I try to raise my voice. But girl, and I really don't like it when it hits the phone and it's like, it's aggravating. It's annoying to hear it like that, but it feels good though. It feels good. Okay, Joya, gotta let them know. It feels good though. It definitely feels good. So y'all, I will be back, and hopefully you guys come. Y'all, oh my gosh, this wind feels so good. And Joyelle, it seems like the more we talk about it, the better it feels. So I wish you guys peace, positivity, and prosperity, and y'all know why. Because without peace, there's what? Chaos. Chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever chaos and negativity live together, bounce around together, roam together, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. I'm not going to say you won't prosper, but you'll fail to prosper to your fullest potential if you dabble around in that mess, okay? So we want you guys to prosper to your fullest potential so that you can walk patiently into your purpose. Okay? Thank you, Joyelle. Thank you, Joyelle. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We want you to walk peacefully into your purpose, okay? Think about those P words and always remember the R words. Relax, release, relate to what you can, resolve the things you can, remember who you are, revisit some things you used to do, go back to them, reinvent yourself if you need to, okay? Reconstruct some of the things that you've torn down that you maybe want to build back up and reconstruct, okay? Y'all remember Joyelle told y'all to reconstruct, okay? Replenish your mind, body, and soul. Mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that stuff, okay? All of those good words, all right? Recuperate. Sometimes you need to recuperate and you don't even know it. You just need to recuperate from all the stuff that you got going on. Love you, sis, and I'm going to pull up on you. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Love you so much, Joyelle. Thank you for always being here and always being supportive. Okay? You are greatly appreciated. Spiky been around since day one. She be on break. She be taking breaks like Stefan. She be getting up out of here. And then the next thing you know, Spiky pop back up. Much love to you, Spiky. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you for always stopping in. Stefan was in here. Shawanda was in here. Betty from Retirement Days. And if I missed, Blue True One was in here. Mad Dog stopped through. So thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate you. I greatly appreciate you. All right. And I will see you guys in a little while. Bye, y'all. Love you, Joyelle. See you in a little bit.